Yes, beloved, thank you for joining us today for another light session. And really with deep gratitude that we come together and focusing on the light, infinite light that we are. And how for all of us, there just isn't another priority in our lives, really, just to celebrate divine beings. And what a beautiful gift this is to be able to celebrate together and focus on the infinite light that we are. So we're gonna mute everyone, and just suggest too, for if whenever you can join and have a headset on, that's just really helpful. It also, when we talk to it, cuts down on background noise, and you can hear us much more clearly as well. So holding the light, thank you for Jesus for joining us and for providing this very simple yet powerful way of directly looking at what's true and to directly see through the desire to experience something other than our holy nature. Yeah, something other than divinity. And so the first desire we'd like to see in our hearts, whether there's any energy around this, is the desire to feel that something could be or should be different than it is. Jesus, is there any desire below my level of awareness? It's really helpful just to look so deeply at the energy, the subtleties of the way in which there's even the slightest tension are showing and revealing to us that there is a desire for things to be different than they are. And that perfect peace really does truly mean what he says in terms of nothing's going to change my world. So I really am willing to see with the eyes of Christ that everything is truly as it's meant to be. As we have given our hearts and all of our being to this holy purpose, to the one purpose of seeing what's true. And I'm seeing that part of that truly is that full acceptance and welcoming that everything is being given by love, for love, because the call is made. And that it really can no longer be used for some other purpose. I see how the mind, the ego identity hides in pictures, these moving pictures. It's some kind of moving picture, and how pictures arise out of thought. I'm just willing to see deeply with Jesus how these moving images and almost bonding myself to these images is real. I'm willing to see that desire to hold on to memories and pictures and images and replay them over and over as though they're true. I'm just willing to see this a whole new way, to use that memory only in the service to God. And I see how that memory can be laid upon my brother, that desire to hold on to a memory and that lay that onto the present in denial of the presence. And I give that. I see it's within my divine power to have no past nor future. That love has no past nor future. And this is the celebration of infinite being. As itself, unchanged by anything in form. So is everyone feeling complete with this? Okay. So what's coming up again as we go through these is just the reminder of that desire to tell a story, the itch. The itch to tell a story about what's happening. And in telling of the story, then it's re-experienced over and over again. The story of a me. The story that something happened to me. The story of nothing happening and the desire to just revel in it and relive it and retell it so many times over and over. And I'm willing to see that desire fully and release it from my holy mind. And I see in that story that it's been my desire to experience characters in which I've assigned attributes. Some I like, some I don't like at all. All reflections of how I believe about myself, what I desire to experience in this world, the desire to experience another apart. The desire to project rather than see that I'm really already whole and complete. I'm willing to see through that desire for that experience of creating characters and signing them roles and duties and functions and doing what I want and they're happy, or not doing what I want and they're unhappy, or not doing what I want and I'm not happy. Like, to give all that. No more desires today for the Son of God. No more desire for memories to hold against myself. No desire to have something not feel right. I'm willing to see that nothing cannot feel right. I'm willing to see through the desire to experience my brother as apart from myself. I'm willing to see through the idea, the desire to experience death rather than admit that he's a part of me. I'm willing to see that as I see him with all the light and the love that God has given us both, I see myself shining always. I'm willing to see that the only thing that could possibly appear to have me feel or see my brother as different is for me to withhold every bit of light that God has given me from myself. I'm willing to see that to see my brother as myself, the infinite joy, the infinite light in this, the infinite happiness, a happiness and a joy that is so unknown in this world. In this seeing, I can see that the desire to experience being apart from myself is impossible. Even though this desire might have arisen, it cannot make me part from myself. self nor my creator. I'm willing to see this. Even the desire to make God not be in awareness cannot change that God is always in awareness. It cannot change that the Holy Son of God is always in celebration. So now I can see, now that we see there's only this infinite light, unending light, because we've ceased to deny it. Always here. Now that we see this infinite light, we can just hold that desire to avoid love with Jesus and see that light can't avoid love. It's impossible. Therefore, even if we desire an experience of avoiding love, we're still love. Desire away as we might, resist away as we might, scream as we might, cry as we might, protest as we might, we're still light. And if we see our brother seemingly to protest that he's light, claim that he's ill, claim there's an other, the world blows up, world domination, Donald Trump, all of it. We have infinite power to see as light. And any desire not to, I'm willing to see it, to deny it. So somewhere deep down, if peace is not an experience that's consistent, Jesus will reveal to us to look. There's a desire for an experience to avoid infinite joy. I'm willing to see it. There's desire for an experience to actually hate joy. I'm willing to see it. The greatest power we have is to see how much joy is hated. And to see the desire for the experience of abjectly hating infinite love. See it, admit it, and let all that energy just really be in the light of truth. All the energy, the deepest of the seemingly, including any kind of residual God's going to get me energy for this whole world. We see that in the divine light of love. A desire to hate for an experience of hating peace. Hating it, wanting to hate it. Don't take this ego away. Hate peace and see that and admit it. Smoking. And see, even with all of this, there's still only the light. There's still only infinite love. Celebrating. A desire to experience someone has done something wrong. God in particular has done something wrong, that desire. I have done something wrong. I'm willing to see it. Any energy. And a desired experience of resenting to look at all this. Why do I have to look at all this? If any energies around that? Amen. It feels helpful to ask Jesus, to thank Jesus, first of all, through my brother for coming together in this holy way, in this easy way of telling the truth, seeing what's true. And in that light of seeing what's true, I'd like to ask Jesus to reveal any energy of any experiences today that seemingly arose in awareness, to reveal any of those desired experiences of other. And it feels helpful to open this prayer to anyone who feels that they would like to express the desire that Jesus pointed to, that we can all look at in the light of truth. So we'll just unmute you all. If anyone's heard anything from Jesus in terms of a desire that to be looked at, desired experience. Oh, Pema, okay, beautiful.
Yeah, just a very familiar, regular desire to compare, to see myself as better than or less than. So I'm willing to have that be different. I release that. I release that to Jesus. Thank you.
Thank you, Pema. Kathy, do you have any desires you would like to share that Jesus has shared that's helpful for us?
So that Jesus has shared that what?
It would be helpful in your mind when you're contemplating. Are there any desires that come to mind?
The desire that comes to mind is I have a desire to be healed. And so underneath that is I know that I'm doing this to myself, and I no longer want to do that. I don't want to be sick. But underneath it all is I desire to remember the truth of who I am. Like, that would take care of everything.
Okay.
And yet, you know, how do I say this? Moment by moment through the day, it's a challenge to me to, well, maybe the healing needs what I call, so whatever the sickness may be, it could be just a reminder to remember the truth. However, I have a desire to remember the truth in a way that does not cause me any more pain.
So,
that's all.
Kathy, may I ask a question then of something?
Of course, yes.
So thank you for your expression. Is there any desire in the subconscious mind or a belief in the subconscious mind that discovering ourselves will cause pain? And just
I don't think so.
I'm just going to put that out there just for us all to look at.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Because this is reminding me, Jesus has said, like, it can get like a confusion in the way that this thought system can work. There becomes a confusion that actually having an experience of God is painful, because that's the way it works, right? Oh, this is going to be really bad. This is terrible. And then sometimes that will express itself through pain in the body, oddly enough. I don't know if it relates here, but it's coming to mind through this pointing. And so I just feel it's helpful for all of us, because this whole thing of pain is such a quick and direct route to see what's true, if we see what's underneath it for divine nature. And so I'll put that out, Jesus, to show us where the desires are for the experience of pain. You know, what is the energetic, because our divine self doesn't desire it. There's just a desire in the subconscious mind to have the experience, and Jesus can reveal the desire for the experience so we can look at it. So I'll just put that out there for each of it, because it feels like the call of your heart and all of our hearts is when pain appears, to see that we're more powerful than the pain. Because we're the divine being first. So I'll put that over to Jesus to please reveal to us in those cases where it seems like there's pain in the body, would please reveal to us what desires are creating this experience. And we just laid that all on the table of the light. So thank you for your expression, Kathy.
Thank you.
So does anyone else have anything that they would feel to share as well? Any other desires that the Holy Spirit's like revealing in their heart as far as these are the desires that deny divinity. They create experiences in the mind that seem like love is not here now. I thank you all with so much love and gratitude. I'm in like full support and happy to join at any time to celebrate the truth. I love you all. Thank you.
Love you too. Love you all.
Yeah, I love you.
I've missed you all.
We love you, Vicki. See you soon, too.
Yeah. See you soon.